skills and attributes of a good coach. We're going to start off by covering a multitude of items that came out of a brainstorming. What makes a good coach? Then we're going to show you how we converted this brainstorming into a workable model. And then we'll talk a little bit about how you can assess yourself against this model. Right, whiteboard. What makes a good coach? A good listener, somebody who really listens to you, able to ask great questions, good at observing what is not being said, taking everything into account, really tuned into what you're all about, provides constructive feedback at the right time, helps you to sort of move on in what you're doing. Open, honest, and trusted. Somebody you can open up your heart to because you actually feel that you will be well looked after. Is someone who's neutral, no hidden agenda, always remains objective and lets me, the coachee, own the process. Is focused on your development, you understands your situation, provides an outside perspective, a variety of tools and techniques that will help, is motivating, perhaps inspiring to work with, helps you to see good in yourself, it gets you to have a realistic view of your current situation, pushes you outside your comfort zone, gets you to agree, challenging your objectives, understanding your situation, follows up on all actions. It's not just about inspiration, it's a perspiration bit. Acknowledges progress, celebrates success, holds you accountable for your actions, provides encouragement, helps to build your confidence, puts you at ease, makes you feel safe to talk, helps you to convert dreams into reality, understands and manages emotions, your own and the emotions of others, has real empathy for your situation, fun to work with, interesting to talk to, helps you to get past the barriers to your own progress, invest sort of big lists of items, and that's a wish list of what a coach is all about. How do you make sense of it? Right, I'm going to show you how we built up the model. The heart of the model is about emotional intelligence. And Sir John Whitmore, his quotation there is he believes emotional intelligence and coaching are inseparable. In fact, that emotional intelligent people tend to behave in a coaching way even if they have not attended the coaching course. It's a natural part of it. Emotional intelligence is about sort of knowing your own emotions, knowing what motivates yourself, able to be self-motivating, and knowing how to manage your emotions. Not allowing your emotions to sort of act as a barrier to someone else, sort of exploding and losing your temper. It's about controlling your emotions and helping the other person. It's about understanding others' emotions, seeing this when it's happening, and it's about managing the sort of emotions in relationships, the social interactions. So that's very much what they call emotional intelligence, sometimes referred to as EQ. IQ is your intelligence quotient, which you can't do much with. You've got what you've got and that's it. EQ or EI, you can grow, you can develop, you can improve. So that's the really good news. If emotional intelligence is so much a part of coaching, you can do a lot to improve it. Right, the next part of the model is the building trust, and all the emotional intelligence feeds into this next stage. At the start of any coaching relationship, it's so critical to form this really good trusting relationship. And I put there, no amount of tools and techniques or fancy things will ever compensate for lack of trust between coach and coachee. So it's about devoting quality time to making sure this happens. Then the four key skills of a coach. It's about questioning, asking the right questions, listening, thoroughly listening, actively listening, listening with empathy, and observing. Take a look at the nonverbal communications that's going on. What people are saying, is that represented by their by what they're saying? See if there's a disconnect there. So it's very much a part of listening, but observing is something that feeds on the emotional tension, feeds on the building of trust. It's about focusing and tuning into that individual, and then giving feedback, giving the right level of constructive feedback at the right time to really help people to move on. So that essentially is the sort of skill set of the. So let's just build this up. Okay. There are two roles really of a coach, and bear in mind, going back to the different levels of coaching, it's about helping people to learn new skills, helping them to try it out and experiment, helping them to apply the learning into the jobs and helping to master over time. So you can see how in the early stage you've got a brand new person, you're helping them to learn the job. So you're very much the teacher. That's your role, you're the teacher. But as time goes on, they learn the skills, but then you give them the space to try the skills, to experiment. So they try them, and once they got them, they've grasped them, then they start to apply them in their jobs. And then over time, they master the skill. They absolutely master what they have. So your role moves from teacher, then a mixture of teaching and coaching, then finally, you're just the coach guiding self-discovery. So that's the two roles of it. And now we talk about the toolbox. These are the key tools that we use as part of the training. The GROW model, which is the process that we introduce you to, whereby you help people to define goals, look at reality, look at the options, and then whatever the actions are, using the coaching funnel as a way of getting you through the process. We use 360 assessment in a variety of ways. We can assess people against leadership. We can assess people against coaching skills. And it's a very important part of getting feedback from individuals, from their bosses, from their peers, and from their direct reports. You get a really meaningful, and it's a great part of the coaching exercise. Also, personality plays a really big part. We favor Myers-Briggs step 2 as part of this, but we use other personality instruments. But it's understanding the drivers in your own personality that drive the behaviors that you're probably coaching people on. Current situation is how to stand back, look at everything to do with your job, get in your helicopter, fly over, and look at all the pluses and minuses and identify the trends. Very powerful, very potent tool. Root cause is a way of identifying a particular behavior that someone has and how to understand the full implications of that behavior and to drill down into the root system to understand what the root causes are. Very, very powerful tool and very helpful to help you on the road to learning to be a good coach. And finally, vision, values, and roadmap. In everything, it's about defining where you're going to, the values that individuals are going to live by, and the routes, the roadmaps that are going to take them to where they want to get to. And that's the model. Everything to do with what we're training will come back to that. That model will be embedded in your brain. You will understand how it operates, and everything comes back to that particular model. Okay, so assessing yourself against this model, we have a variety of tools that we will introduce you to. It is a key part of the process. It can be as simple as a little self-assessment, but we do recommend the 360 as being the best way forward to get a real good insights into your coaching ability. Okay, final summary. You really become a good coach by practicing. You know, we can cover off a certain amount of theory, but it's just by doing it on a daily basis. That's how it works. The great news is, you know, unlike IQ, you can increase your EQ or EI, your emotional intelligence. You can work on and over time. So even if you just learned nothing else, if you actually focused on your emotional intelligence, you would just become a better coach. Because EI is at the heart of all coaching. The toolbox is there. Use the toolbox as it will help you to learn to be a good coach.